Good morning, Satsman Army. This is Jason Sellers. It is the 11th of June, 2026, Thursday, the 11th of June, 2026. Let's go ahead and get started. Scroll all the way down here and enter this drawing today. Let's see if I was a winner. Well, congratulations, Blake, 737, on winning 1,000 sats there. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and go to the sats price discovery. So we got premium body lotion, $20. In sats, is at 39,900, 31,949, 2,800, or 27,200. I'm going to say 31,949. Yes, I was right. Okay, and let's go to the Bitcoin fact of the day. Wallet fingerprinting. Oh dear. Yeah, I haven't heard about wallet fingerprinting in a long time. Can sometimes reveal which software was used to create a Bitcoin transaction. So a quick note about wallet fingerprinting. It's an idea used by people who study blockchains. Let's say blockchain heuristics, chain analysis. That's what it's called. Chain analysis. Basically, people are trying to break the privacy that they may be trying to have on Bitcoin. Some people say Bitcoin is totally private. Some say it's not. The truth is actually it's very nuanced. It is basically entirely up to you, just depending on how responsible you are with it and if you're using the right tools and stuff like that. So, wallet fingerprinting is basically each wallet has some freedom in being able to design transactions, build transactions and stuff. And so basically, if someone trying to break your privacy, trying to spy on you, if they already know what kind of wallet you're using, or if they don't know that, but they do know that this is your transaction, then they can start to narrow down what kind of wallet you might be using. And then try to, I guess, track you down some more and then watch for other transactions. And okay, it looks like it's still coming from you, stuff like that. There are ways around this, of course, using multiple wallets, doing things like CoinJoin, even just using like the Lightning Network and switching from one wallet through Lightning to another wallet, or the Liquid Network. That clears your privacy pretty well, and very, very easily, very easy to do. Really, like send and receive, and it does it already. CoinJoin is definitely more cypherpunky and self-sovereign. And very trustless and stuff. So I definitely approve of CoinJoins. All right, back to this though. Identifying wallets software. Give it a minute. Okay. 21 more sats for answering that. And let's go to the orange pill poll. How has holding Bitcoin made you more patient? Significantly more patient. Oh, okay. Like how... Yeah, like in what ways does it mean, or how much more patient has it made? Is probably what it means to say. Somewhat more patient, not at all, still anxious. It trained me in delayed gratification. You see, this is where it's weird because both my wife and I, before we even discovered Bitcoin, we were already being very careful with our money, being very, even though we had never heard of the term time preference, we were just trying to be very low time preference and stuff. And that has to do a lot with our religious upbringing. I'm not going to go too much into that. But also just, I don't know, just our personalities, I guess. Bitcoin has helped me in a lot of other internal ways, but not so much with this. It has helped some, though, with it. So I wouldn't say I'm significantly more patient, or like somewhat more patient, or it has kind of trained me in delayed gratification. You know, I'll do that one and share a story. So a few years ago, my son, I have 5 sons, but one of my sons wanted to buy a bicycle, and I told him I was willing to go half and half with him on it. You know, he's been saving in Bitcoin for a long time; he could totally afford it, and I thought going half and half would be very fair. Well, what was I going to say? Oh, that's right. So I told him. Well, I asked him really, which one do you want more? The sats or the bike? And he wasn't sure how to answer that question. He couldn't really decide. And so I said, okay, hypothetically, let's say right after you buy the bike, the price skyrockets, to $500,000, $1 million a coin or something. And if you had just waited a day to buy the bike, you would have gotten it by spending way less sats. Do you care? or would you have rather cut the Sats? And he did not hesitate. He was like, oh, I would have rather cut the Sats. I'm like, okay, there's your answer. You want the Sats more than the bike. And frankly, we don't live in a good area, a good neighborhood for biking. But I'm just going to throw that in there real quick. But so it wouldn't have worked out all that well for him to have a bike anyway. But yeah, he clearly wanted the Sats more than the bike. He wanted to save up for other things that are frankly more important. A counter example of that. So I got into Bitcoin in 2015, got out of debt throughout 2016, 2017, started saving up again. Like from then on, I guess in 2016 started saving up again and fixing my credit score, stuff like that. And so in May of 2018, I was able to buy my first house. And at the time, I had 5 kids. We were living in a mobile home and struggling and just scraping by and stuff. It was not good, but then we got up on our feet and got a home with a nice chunk of land around it and a forest and stuff. It's awesome. It's amazing. A massive blessing. And I told my other kids as well, because I had a bunch of Bitcoin and a lot of that. I just realized I'm putting this out on the internet. Maybe I shouldn't say all this, but too late now. And yeah, what are people going to do to me? Anyway, whatever. But it went towards the down payment. My bank knows this, so that wouldn't be any kind of revelation to them. And the main point is, had Bitcoin suddenly skyrocketed then, there's May of 2018, so shortly after a big drop then. But what if it had, right after that, just jumped to $1 million overnight? Would I have cared? No, I would not have lost a single minute of sleep over that, because I now have a house where my kids could grow up safely. It's tucked away from the road. It's in a really safe neighborhood, hilly and gravelly and stuff, so not great for biking, but still, very, very safe neighborhood, lots of trees, beautiful area. I don't care what the price of Bitcoin goes to for that. I love this house more than that. It is okay to love something or things and people more than Bitcoin. I like to tell my kids that each one of them is worth 22 million 22 million Bitcoin. But even that's kind of just tongue in cheek. I love them infinitely. That's why. And so just understanding that concept of opportunity cost is very important in helping you to be more patient, lower your time preference, use today to work to make a better tomorrow, and then you just live happier that way. Now, you can go a little too far, where you can become miserly and fearful. Like, but what if I need this money later? What if I need this money later? What if I need this money later? And so it's also important to slow down, let go, ask yourself, do I really need this thing? It's a movie that you can go to the theater and see and spend an exorbitant amount, or you can just stream it later for a whole lot less. Just a little bit of patience. That's just one example. Do you really need it? No, not really. Now, healthy food, that's something that might be a little bit more expensive, but it's something that is very needed. Food in general needed for survival, and healthy food needed for better survival. But this video's gone on long enough. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Oh, I should have brought this up while I was rambling, so you could have gone ahead and scanned that rather than just staring at the missions tab the whole time. Apologies. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.